Good morning, learners, wherever you are. I hope you are revising. Welcome to today's lesson. We are still on the topic resources and economic activity. We are still on resources and economic activity. And last week we talked about dairy farming. Today I want us to talk about poultry farming. Poultry farming. What is poultry farming? Poultry farming is the keeping of chicken, ducks, turkeys, and the geese. I'm talking about keeping of chicken, geese, ducks, and turkeys. These are known as poultry farming. So in general, wherever you see someone who have ducks, chicken, all those put together is what we know as poultry farming. But chicken is the most popular species, whereby almost every home you can find chickens are kept. So that is the one that is commonly the common species that people are rearing. So chicken, why do people keep chicken? Chicken are mostly, or this poultry, not only chicken but poultry. Why do people keep poultry? People mostly keep this poultry farming because they want eggs and meat. And where do they? Some just keep them for home use, only for eating at home. But others use them as source of income. They sell the eggs, they sell the chicken for meat and also for eggs. So it can also be used as for sale or as at home. That is why I'm saying poultry farming is the keeping of chicken, geese, turkeys, and ducks, mainly for eggs and meat. And this one is for either sell or use at home. So that is the main reason why people keep poultry farming. And those chicken now that are kept for meat are known as broilers, and those that are kept for eggs are known as layers. So we have two different types of chicken. One is broilers. Broilers are mainly broilers here. The chicken kept for meat are known as broilers. Those I hope you have seen at home when you go along the roads, people are there. Wanachoma, they are put jikos outside shops there. They are roasting. Wanachoma pale kuku. So those are mainly for meat. They are not only, and most of you go and buy them. So those are known as chicken broilers. They are known as broilers, mainly kept for meat. And most of you also go to the shop, then you get eggs there. Those eggs mostly come from the chicken, which are known as layers. Those are just kept for breeding layers that are only there to produce eggs. So there are two different types of chicken. One is broiler and another is layers. So I've said these chicken are most species because they are commonly in each and every home you find chicken. And like ducks or geese, they are not commonly rare. So that is why I've said chicken is the most popular species. Now let's come to areas where poultry farming is mostly practiced. As you see, I've just written few, not all of them. I've written few. We have Kiambu, Nakuru, Nairobi, Naivasha, Embu, Kajiado, Kisii, Thika, Eldoret. And they are almost all towns in Kenya where you find chicken there. They usually rear this chicken. Why? What is the reason why most towns are like to rear, like Nairobi, Mombasa, we have people rearing chicken. Why is it mostly reared in town? Because of availability of the market. Here, if somebody asks you, why are chicken mostly reared in urban areas? This is because availability of market. Availability of people in towns like meat. So for you not to consume a lot of every day, so people here, those rearing chicken, know very well that in towns, most of the people in town like meat. So you find that there is easy market for them for rearing the chicken. They easily eaten, consumed by people living in town. So when the question comes and asks you, what is the main reason why rearing of chicken is mostly done near or towns? Near can be nearing town centers there, or mostly in town. This is because of easily availability of market for those people who like rearing chicken. Now, there are different methods of poultry farming. There are different methods practice or poultry farming. These methods include deep litter system, battery system, free range, fold or arc. Those are methods of poultry farming. What is deep litter system? What is deep litter system? Deep litter system is whereby you can go to somewhere, you find a big house there. Inside the house, there are a lot of chicken there. Somebody just builds a house, and after building a house, places the chicken there, brings the food there. They are inside, they don't go out. They are inside that house, all of them together. Then they just be cleaning. They'll be cleaning that house or cleaning that room, or and bringing water and bringing the food inside there. All of those chickens are just inside there. They are just grouped inside there. A house like this, maybe this is our house. A house like this. Then there is ventilation. There must be ventilation. Maybe there is wire mesh along up here. There is ventilation. The door. So these chicken are all of them are just placed there. They just put maybe sawdust under down there for them to lay eggs there. But most of them are in that. They just bring water there. The owner brings water and food inside the house. So they don't go out. That is what is known as deep litter system. Then we have battery. Battery here, we have battery. Battery is where there is a house. Somebody has just built a house. Then after building this house, inside the house has placed some rows. Like when you go to the supermarket, there are rows and columns. When you go to the supermarket, this is a column for sugar, there is maybe there rice, there is runga there. So there are columns. They have only built columns there. They have built columns for you to just, the columns like this. Somebody has built, this is our house. This is our house. Inside this house, there are columns, maybe like this, where inside the columns there is where these chicken are placed. Different columns. They are built columns there, rows and columns. So inside the columns is where the chickens are placed. They are placed. They don't litter around like the deep litter system. These ones are placed in columns and rows. Columns and rows like this. So they are placed there, and when they are layers, they breed their eggs. There is a place maybe up where they breed their eggs there, and after there, they come back to their columns where they stay. So they don't move along. They don't move in the house, move freely like deep litter system. These are just placed in the rows, the way you usually see in the supermarket. Those are places like those ones. The chickens are placed there. As long as there is a wire mesh in front of them where they don't go out. So that is the battery system. Then we have another one which is free range. Free range is where chicken are allowed to move. They move early in the morning. This is the most common one. In your rural areas, you have gone to your grandmother's place or your auntie's place in rural areas or your uncle's place. Then you see early in the morning, chickens are left to go search for their own food, search for their own water. Then in the evening, they come back. This is known as free range. This is known as free range. The chicken, when you see those chicken out there moving in town, just looking for food, moving from one house to the other, looking for their own food, that system is known as free range. Then let's go to the fold. Fold or ark, this is just as some of you have seen people selling these things out maybe on the road. There's this house built like an ark. There's this house built like an ark like this, and maybe there is on this side it is fenced. It is put maybe plywood on the other side, and then plywood on the other side. Then there is a wire mesh like this. It is like a shelter, small ark. Then the chicken are placed inside. You can move this thing out and in. You can move it out, put it outside or move it inside. This is known as, it is fold or ark. Just a small, or maybe it can be big, but mostly it is made like this, whereby this is wire mesh and there is maybe a door there where this chicken are inserted. Someone can bring food inside or water inside, but chicken are left to stay inside there. That is known as ark or fold. So those are methods of poultry farming. I've said there are 4. One is deep litter, another is battery, another is free range, and another is fold. That is via methods of poultry. Then let's go to the benefits. Benefits, you have seen them. We have employment, that is one. Most of people are employed in the factories. After the layers have laid eggs, some of these eggs are always taken and hatched into chicks. So those factories employ a lot of people, and after employing those people, it creates employment for them. That is one benefit of poultry farming. Others employ people in their houses to assist them cleaning, feeding, when you have a lot of them. So maybe you have a lot of broilers or a lot of layers, they need to cleaning that place and maybe bringing food for them. That is creation of employment. Source of income. Someone who has those chicken, after selling them will get money. So that is also another source of income. We have source of food. It's when we eat the chicken or eggs, we get protein from them. So that is a source of food. Manure, that after cleaning the products of after those feces we get the manure from the birds. We get the manure which assists us in maybe farming. We also improve living standard. Improving living standard meaning if somebody gets this money, if somebody gets the money from the chicken, the person will have to improve. You will not sit there and wait, say you don't have money. At least you will be having money to spend. Let's go to the problem. Problems facing poultry farming. One, the biggest problem, pests and diseases. That is that maybe at times, especially when these chicks are still here, there is pests and diseases which comes make them to maybe die. Then we have inadequate capital. Some people do not have capital to buy drugs, to buy food. So inadequate capital can lead to, is also another problem to the farmers. Then we have expensive farm inputs. Expensive farm inputs is expensive drugs. We have expensive drugs and expensive feeds. I said this chicken, especially the chicken from battery, deep litter and fold, they do not get out. They stay there, so you have to bring them food, and also you have to vaccinate them against any diseases. So the drugs and these feeds are very expensive. Then you have low prices due to competition. Low prices is where you have your chicken there, you have your broilers maybe, and there's also a butchery for meat in the same place. So you find that this meat may be sold at a cheaper price while the chicken are most expensive. So these prices from competition, especially from other sources of meat, we have pork, we have goat meat, we have cow. So those are the competition that leads to low prices in this chicken. That is also another problem facing poultry farming. So that is all about poultry farming. If you have a question, be free to ask. If you did not understand, just ask anytime. Have a nice day. Have a lovely week. Bye.